Do you ever sit around home and ask yourself, man, I wish I knew more about Michelangelo?
You ever see The Last Supper and wonder, geez, what goes on behind that painting?
Well, today, you're gonna learn, because he's been...
And he's rich!
Welcome to Renaissance Men!
Today on Renaissance Men, I'll be discussing Leonardo da Vinci.
And I'll be discussing Michelangelo.
Leonardo da Vinci was a man well before his time. He was arguably not only one of the best artists of his time, but one of the best inventors as well. His two works, The Vitruvian Man and The Last Supper, are two of his most famous works, and are the two we will be discussing today. This right here is The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. It was done in 1498 on a mixture of oil and tempera. As you see here, Jesus is in the middle, and this is just after he has told all of his disciples that one of them will betray him. This is one of the most famous paintings in Western civilization, and it is famous because of the good depiction of the characteristics of each of the disciples from the Bible. Okay. This right here is The Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci, done somewhere between 1485 and 1490. This is one of da Vinci's most famous sketches, and it is because it is the picture of the ideal man. He's gotten this idea of the ideal man from the architecture of the Roman churches in the mid to late 13th and 14th century. What you see here is a man with his arms out to the side and down here. What this is supposed to make is a square. Now, the picture in the back is of a man with his arms like this. This is supposed to make a circle around the man, representing the fact that he has an ideal structure.
Wow, isn't that Da Vinci dreamy?
Right, I know.
Oh my goodness, what I would do. Anyways, some of the other dreamy Renaissance men we'll be talking about today include Michelangelo, revered for both his painting and his sculptures. He was a Renaissance man well before his time, revered for his brilliance in his early teens, and continued until the day he died. We don't have enough time to talk about all his most famous sculptures, so I decided to pick my personal favorite, the Pietà of the dead body of Jesus, held by the beautiful yet massive Mary Magdalene. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Michelangelo's sculpture of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, also known as the Pietà. Notice the counteracting differences: life and death, petite, massive, naked and clothed. Our dead Jesus Christ here is still holding on to Mary's dress. He's clinging to the life that he no longer hath. Mary, still leaning toward the dead body of Jesus, is remorsing the death of our Savior, while Jesus' head is turning away. He's looking to the future and has accepted his fate and his death for our sins. As much as it breaks my heart, today's episodes of Renaissance Men has to come to a close.
You know, Richard, if it were up to me, I could talk about these men all day long.
As always, he's Benjamin.
And he's Richard.
Tune in next week when we'll be discussing
The Kiss of Judas.
Jinx!
Oh, God.